Welcome to the greatest show in Boston. Well, in Massachusetts. Welcome to the Roseland Podcast. I'm your host, Roseland Perkins, and today we got a great show. If you ask me how my day was, if you even give a fuck, my day was straight. Went to work. I had to take a test. Fucking failed it. Jesus Christ. Um, failed it. Paycheck was messed up, so I lived a decent. I had a decent day and talk talked to my friends, my buddies, Kendall, Wiz Mason, Romy. I talked to a lot of people today. I talked to my three buddies today, my three best friends. I didn't get to talk to Thomas today, so I got four. I technically got 4 to 5 best friends. My circle is very small, but those are the only friends I have. Sorry. Let's start this over. Welcome to the Roseland Podcast, the best show in Massachusetts. I had to start over because my mic wasn't on. I'm sorry, everyone, but I hope everybody's day's going well. Mine's is decent. Like I was saying, I spoke to my best friends, Romy, Wiz, Kendall. I didn't get to speak to Thomas today, but I have a lot of good friends. So um, hold on. Sorry. Um, I have a lot. I got a few good friends and stuff, and like I had a good day today. If you even give a fuck. But other than that, the topic today is Myron's Games Identity Crisis. Albert and Preach caught this motherfucker saying that he wanted to be white. He don't want to be Arab. He don't want to be black. He want to be white. Personally, to me, it's an identity crisis. And the question now, the sub question I have is: was Myron Gaines, when he was in college, was he getting his cheeks bust by his teammates? And the reason why I ask this, just hear me out. Whatever floats your boat, do your thing, man. I don't see nothing wrong with it. That's your thing, if you live in your truth. But the motherfucker was in Massachusetts, Northeastern. The first laws to be passed for same-sex marriage. One of the one of the states to be passed. So the question I'm asking is, was Myron Gaines getting his cheeks buzzed, by his teammates? Because now you gotta look at it. He called everybody gay. He's called everybody. He getting aggressive with people and stuff like that. And people question him about, his awkwardness. And if you're part of the LGBT community, or part of the Rainbow Gang, Massachusetts is a wonderful place to be. And the reason why, they're big advocates. They have big advocates in Massachusetts. So as I say, I'm from Massachusetts. I per se stay away from it because I like to be with my own kind, black people, or I just rather be by myself. Um, but I don't see nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to do with your life and you're not hurting nobody. Why not? Just do what you want to do. I'm gonna accept you regardless. But all I'm gonna say is we got the man on the ropes. The reason why I said we got him on the ropes, because he keeps on getting caught up in these funny situations, you know. And let me tell y'all something about being masculine and all this other stuff. You got to keep that up if you're not staying in truth. If you ain't staying your true you, you know. I always tell people that, you know. I always tell people, be the true you. If you like to smoke a pole, Do your thing, man. That shit. That's what you like to do, man. Don't be embarrassed. You know. That's just how I take things. You know. Not me per se. You know. I'm straight, but you know, if you want to live that type of life, do it. By all means, man. Don't let nobody live your life. You know, I know a lot of pole smokers and stuff like that, and I per se, I'm gonna say this before we even start. I think Myron is a switch hitter. You know, I that's what I think, and the reason why I say I think that is, first of all, you getting caught with pictures with you laying in bed with your friends, and you just saying, "Oh yeah, we train together to do this together." That shit sounds like some Spartan shit, and Spartans were bisexual. You know, they were probably um, one of the strongest warriors in the world. You know, their whole tactics and everything. They used to have a little boy toy on the side and stuff. The younger, the better with them. You know, so nigga use a little Spartan. There ain't nothing wrong with being a little Spartan. You know. Now the question I'm gonna ask. Hold on one second. See if I didn't drop anything. All right, cool. So the question I'm asking is Myra going through an identity crisis? So with these identity crises, sometimes you want to be something that you're not. We got a lot of people like that. We got the Sambos, we got the Boulets. You know, we even got the cooneries and the buffooneries. You know, the jigger and booings. The niggas will be jigger and booing, man. You know. Pardon me, but yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with it. If that's what you like to do, that's what you like to do, man. You know. With Myron, I feel like there might be a little situation with him going on in his head, and he might need some help. You know, he hasn't been really around black people like that. That's why he talks the way he talks. You know, you could tell a person who been around black people, because let me tell you something. Only of 10% of black people in the black community commit the crime. So 90% of everybody else is trying to get a job or trying to do something with themselves. Not everybody's a fucking criminal, you know. If everybody was a fucking criminal, everybody don't know who to steal from, because everybody's stealing from somebody, you know. I know everybody has some type of hustle. My hustle is podcasting, you know. So I just see it this way. Myron needs to get that shit fixed out, because at the end of the day, he looks crazy out here. If he wants to, let me tell you something. One thing I can always say I respect about Myron, even though I fully don't really respect him, but there's certain things I respect about Myron. He do try to help certain people. Not all people, but certain people. He likes to call people fucking stupid and stuff. But who are these? But you gotta look at it. The people that he's helping are fucking stupid. You know, if we're gonna use his analogy, these niggas don't know how to talk to girls. Don't that make them fucking stupid and you know, unintelligent? You know, so that's just me. You know, and that's just how I think. But you know, whatever's good for the geese is good for the gander. But other than that, Myron, I don't think he knows anything about life. I think he's a peck sticks. He always been a peck sticks. And the reason why I say he has been a peck sticks because Myron, he has an issue of, and it's not about being respectful, it's just about being truthful. It has a way of him pandering to the people who he think is superior. So, and a lot of people in high school used to do that. The nigga who's are losers, they try to be let be not the best loser in the world because they don't want to be picked on by everybody. Myron's just a second class loser. He's not a first class loser. He's a second hand loser. When I mean a second hand loser, he's a loser. He don't get bitches, but he ain't loser. He ain't a bigger loser than the other guy. So everybody picks on the other guy because nobody can relate to other guys. Like Myron, I can't relate to Myron. And the reason why I can't relate to Myron because I never been in a situation where, a girl will choose to be with me because of money. I've never been in that type of situation. Bitches always chose me because I look decent, I'm good, and I know how to talk to girls. I know how to keep a conversation. Myron, you could tell that he's like he just probably talks about himself now because in high school he was picked on. Like, look at it. The nigga was part of the crew team. I didn't know what the fuck the crew team was until I seen How High. So, only people I know who's on the crew team is white people. There's nothing wrong with it if you like seeing niggas row a fucking boat, or a canoe, you know. I don't see what type of competition that is. And I'm gonna say this, and shout out to niggas who do crew, because at the end of the day, even though I don't watch it, some niggas think the shit's cool. I don't per se, but some niggas think the shit's cool. I wouldn't. I think he fit in with crew because nobody wanted to hang out with a type of nigga like him. And that's cool and everything. But at the end of the day, you can't point your fingers once you're up on top because at the end of the day, a nigga like probably me could bring you down. Like, nigga, look at your background, my nigga. Let's check your resume. First of all, you wasn't getting bitches in Northeastern. You was on a crew team. You tell a bitch you was on a crew team, she ain't giving you no pussy. It's like, what's a crew team? What's that, like some adult content or something? That's what niggas is gonna think. Oh, niggas, we rolling boats for a contest. Like, nigga, what type of shit is that? You nigga, what type of shit are you on, my nigga? Second of all, you don't like to smoke weed. Third of all, you're fucking Sudan. But you went to the perfect school for foreign exchange students. You went to Northeastern. That's cool. Don't get me wrong, that's cool. But those bitches wasn't looking for you. All jokes aside, those type of bitches wasn't looking for you. Those foreign exchange bitches was looking to drink, have fun, get their cheeks bust, all of that. But your situation is different. You're from Connecticut. There's good parts of Connecticut, and I think you're from the good part of Connecticut. Hold on one second, everyone. I'm almost done. Yeah, you're from the good part of Connecticut. I don't think you seen the bad part of Connecticut like that. Because I don't think them niggas will fuck with you like that. Some will, because there's some dummy niggas out here, Hold on one second. Nigga, I know I just... Because I know that there's some dumb niggas that'll fuck with the cops because they think you're good, You're a cool guy and all this other cool shit. But per se, nah, niggas wouldn't fuck with you like that, And I'm not trying to kick you back in. I can, but I'm not because at the end of the day, it's your decisions to do what you want to do. And the funny thing about it, I don't even think you even use your degree. Because most niggas don't use their degree. It is what it is. Niggas don't use their degree when they get out of college. Most people do something that, that's out the blue. If you do human resources, a nigga will be like, oh yeah, well, I don't want to use a human resource. I'll be like a fucking plumber or some shit. It's like, yo, how the fuck that fits in with a college degree? You should have just took the training, Like my little brother, he got his what was it something sports management. That's what he has as a degree. The nigga didn't even use it. The nigga just went to the military after. You know. Just all jokes aside, he went to the fucking military. You know. And you look at him crazy, you like, yo, what's the whole fucking reason of going to college if he wasn't gonna use it? You know. So like, I understand that part. You know. And it could be his upbringing too, cause you know, don't forget, motherfuckers who are foreigners, they want to fit in. They want to fit in with society. They want to, you know, like, one thing I noticed, and this is what I'm gonna say. I'm not kicking in the Puerto Ricans and the Jamaicans backs in because they said that they created hip hop. How y'all create hip hop and y'all try to be Black American? Y'all try to fit in with American society when y'all came to this country. Y'all try to adapt. Africans do it too. They change their name from Mbutu to like Peter or John or James. You know? It's true. That's what they do, you know? I had a good friend. I have a good friend that I used to work with at a mechanic place. He changed his name. But his African name was dope, so I always call him his African name. You know? It's, I don't know. The name, I was like, nigga, what's your real name? When he seen that, I was like, dude, that's your name? I'm like, yo, your name is ill. Why you got this white name? So, I'm not fully just kicking his back in, because he want to be white, but we got to be personally honest where Myron, he wants to be white, you know? And Albert and Priest, I don't know how they found this fucking shit, but we're going to watch it, you know? Because at the end of the day, we're going to make fun of this shit. But at the end of the day, we gotta really think like, yo, why he don't want to take pride in what his culture is, you know?
You remember this show?
Hold on one second.
This show used to air all the time, all day long.
They used to reruns.
Reruns.
They milked the shit out of that one.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna watch it. I per se, you could say I kind of, and then let me tell you who else did it too. They even threw was it Andrew Tate's? Nah, it wasn't Andrew Tate's. But Andrew Tate, he goes more to his white side. He talks about his father a lot, and that's cool and everything. But you use a white man and you culturally a white man, you know. And there's nothing wrong with, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. But you're culturally a white man, you know. And I feel like people have a problem because I feel like everybody has to identify being black or even close to black. You know, when you hung out with white people all your life, you probably only know like 2 black people, or even have 2 black friends. I was watching this thing last night with Captain Tazarian and Lily, the white bitch who was like, oh, calling, started saying broke ass niggas. You know, and she had a little cosplaying voice on and stuff like that. And I personally, I didn't have a problem with her saying it, but I do think she's racist. She's racist to a certain extent. You know, I feel like anybody, this is why I say this. When it comes to any other culture and you appropriate another person's culture, it's racist. But once it comes to black people, it's, oh yeah, we're trying to honor the culture and stuff like that. It's in the music, it's this and that. Yes, I understand it's in the music. But if you don't even know the history, and I also have in certain parts, I have issues with even black people saying it. I try to not say it half the time, you know, and I'm still working on it. I'm working on it a lot. Yeah, I'm working on it a lot. And the reason why I'm working on it, because at the end of the day, I know it's a really hateful word. No matter if you use the A or the ER, it's still the same way. It's the context how you use it. You know, and that's why I say it's a very hateful word. You know, and you can't make. Put it this way. You cannot put. What's the word? You cannot rub turkey on pork and say, "Oh, it's not pork anymore. It's turkey." And this is what all these cultures are doing. I don't care. I don't mind people saying it, but at the end of the day, I still think you're racist. You know. I'm being personally honest, and this is why I always tell people all the time. This is why I stay to my culture. It's not that I don't like people. It's not that I have an issue with people. It's just there's certain things that I feel like people culturally appropriate that's very inappropriate. You know, what's the thing? Bad Bobby does the same thing. She appropriates black culture, but when she gets in trouble, she's gonna put her white voice on. You know, we're not gonna hear, "Oh my, yeah, how about that? Yeah, yeah, yeah." No, we're not gonna hear that. We know you lived in the hood, but at the end of the day, we know you got a white voice. You know, we know you know how to switch codes. You know, that's just me. You know, people know how to switch codes. But again, this is how certain people are, and when people show you that they're the devil and they tell you that they're the devil, you believe them. You believe that they're the devil. You know. I'm not saying these people are devils, but I'm just saying that at the end of the day, if they're telling you that this is who they are and this is what they want to be, believe them. You know. But let's get into this video where Alba and Preach, you know. And shout out to him. Hold on 1 second. I gotta reset something real fast. Alright, let's go for this one. And like, you know,
Myron's been worshiping white people, from putting on the hood to working with dudes who basically want him erased. This is one of those Twitter spaces he was in.
Yeah.
So look at what it's called.
Lit comfy.
before we start, like and subscribe and comment on all my platforms up there. Rosalind Perkins from Kick, Rumble, Instagram, and Twitch. That's my Instagram username. For X is Rosalind Perkin without the S. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter, and also send in a donation on my Cash App, a Rosalind money sign, or Rosalind Perkins. Thank you.
The hours, whites only.
But now we get audio from some of the things that these people think about him, and all the censored words. It's their favorites.
He even asked us, he's like, if I kind of break the rules, just hit me up about it, guys, you know. Yeah. And I agree with him. Like, we gain nothing. Like, it was one of these comes in, they talk nice. They're like, oh, look, white people deserve their space, and can't we just be friends, and blah, blah, blah. But then later that night, they're just get behaviour. You know, I think it was you, Comfy, that was speaking about that guy where he, half an hour later, he posting shit like, yeah, as many bitches as you can, and just full behaviour.
Yeah.
Myron Gaines.
Yeah.
Myron Gaines.
The what?
He said was marry a girl. I don't.
Go back to this. I think that shit was out of focus. No. Because now you got me up.
What he said was crazy.
Full of.
So what this nigga said was mad wow. And the thing about it, this is the type of niggas he faced. Let me tell you something. I'm writing a script after this last script that I'm writing. I think this is gonna be the final script. I call it The Legend of Samuel Wilson. Samuel Wilson. It's a fake name, and Samuel is for alias of Sambo. Sambo was like a coon that sold niggas out, gave people false hopes, and gave his own people false hopes. He was a detrimental to his own people. And two, he found he seen the light through the white slave master's darkness. So what I mean is, when he seen how the slave master will always keep him down, he will never be high up or be one of them, he changed, and he created one of the second biggest revolts in America. It's a fake story, but it goes back into history where people try to create revolts in other countries too, like even in like Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, when people were making revolts, the Africans were, you know. And I always say, I said Africans and the Latinos is because you got to be truthful. They started the revolts too. The Haitis were the first, you know, that created the revolts, who had their revolts. We could say they kind of had their independence, but they had to pay for their independence. They just stopped paying for their independence in the 1940s. So if you kind of look at it, we were independent before they were, and didn't have to pay for it. You know, so personally, it's a great story. It's a great short film, because it is a short film that I created. I created 3 to 4 short films, and this is where I say I'm gonna take out a small business loan so I can get this stuff started. The reason why I want to get this started is because I feel like for the black community, even just black in general, we need to see a lot of more black excellence and current events like this and stories like this. Keep everybody aware. But let's get back into what we were watching.
Good behavior.
ER, yeah, but Myron likes that. He be put on the hood and he be tugging it to white men.
How he's saying it is crazy.
Right.
What he's saying,
like, if you think about it, if you are actual conservative, the things that the red pill people espouse is completely not in line with how you want your society to be.
The thing he said was, you don't marry a girl until you're 35. What a retarded thing to say.
Yeah, what a stupidest thing ever, mate.
This is why we're talking. This is what we were saying yesterday. Like, at the end of the day, they're fucking low IQ. They're low impulse control. Even if they say a few things that are based or whatever by our standards, don't fucking fall for it. Don't think that they're on our side. Oh, based. It's just not happening. You know what I mean, though? This is what
I think it's the only reason why some people listen to him. It's because he's a little bit known, but he's still.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And come the end of the day, especially in somewhere like the States where they're just everywhere, what you think these people are going to align, you think they're going to help you, they'll turn on you as quick as anything.
As fast
right?
as a fucking,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell these guys relish in calling black folks the N. Like, they like it. And it's not just the N. You can tell.
And this is one thing I think this is one thing I could tell you. And if you ever read The Art of Masonry and The Art of War, they always say know your enemy. One thing about black Americans, we don't know who our enemy is, because the thing about it, a lot of people hate us. People just hate us just to hate us. And they don't have even a reason to hate us. Just all jokes aside, we help people come to this country. We're here with open arms. We love everybody. We're forgiving, and motherfuckers still hate us. You know, we fight in people's wars. We do everything for people. And people still are not appreciative. Oh, black people are lazy. Black people are this. Black people are that. Black people don't know how to get along. Black people, only thing they know how to do is kill. Let me ask you a question. Who you think taught these black people how to kill? We don't have anything. We have American education. We was enslaved by America. We fought through America so we can be free and be equal as others. They treated us like cattle. They treated us like every worst thing you could think of. Now when these people come over here, y'all want us to go back and do the same thing that we already did. Be reasonable, listen, do this, do that. Not everybody's against you. Nigga, everybody is against us. And it sucks to say that because at the end of the day, I want to say like, yo, you know what? Everybody's all friends. But this is one thing about Sun Tzu or Robert Greene, I always never forgot. Know your enemy. If you don't know who your enemy is, then you already lost. You're already gonna lose. And Albert Preach already knew who their enemy was. They already knew how Myron and Walter was. These niggas was sucking the kneecaps of white supremacy. Especially Walter. Bitches be saying, "Oh yeah, nigga, you're too black." Niggas used to joke. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna show you. Let me see if my uncle has it. I got my uncle's book. So my uncle wrote a book. I don't know if it's fictional or non-fictional, but the shit that he wrote in this book, I think it's true. My uncle wrote in this book where he was saying like, yeah, niggas used to call him Chalky and Darky and all this other crazy shit. And he was like, there was a situation in this book, and it's called Silence is the Enemy. Silence is the Enemy by Ronald Hale. He was like, he thought he could figure out a way of being light-skinned by putting bleach on his skin. And my other uncle was in the book saying, why are you doing that? You can't get light like that. And he laughed. I think my uncle laughed about the situation. But my other uncle was serious about the whole situation. It fucked him up so much. The only people he dated for like, I guess the most of his life, or ever since he was 20 to like 40, was white women. Or different culture women, except black women. He thought all black women were against him. And like, let me tell you this. America has the black community so fucked up that they turn it on against each other. It's the Willie Lynch. Give me a second. I don't want it to scooch over. It's the Willie Lynch letter all over again. The reason why I say the Willie Lynch letter, because if you ever read the Willie Lynch letter, it's how to control a nigger. Not a black person, just an ignorant person. You know, because I don't think black people are niggas. I don't think we ever been niggers. You know, so give me a second. So that's why I was saying this about Myron. I think Myron is going through a situation where he's having an identity crisis. Because personally, just reading my uncle's book, going back and forth, I think my uncle had an identity crisis too, where he felt like he couldn't trust his own people. He thought white people were going to treat him better. You know, it's. I always tell people this. It comes with the territory. When you're dealing with the white kid, that's why I always tell this. I always tell people this. Being a tether, a coon, a boule, all that shit, it should be offensive. You should feel offended when somebody call you a coon or a tether or any of that. That means you're turning on your own people. That's what tether means. That means we read what a tether was. And if you ever go on my Twitch, you should see what we said. You should see what I said. I mean, what the movie was about. It was about Africans thinking that they were better than blacks. Like, we have it good over here. 9 out of 10, and this is what I always tell people, black people should have it 3 times better than what we have it now. And the reason why is because we built this country and nobody said thank you. Nobody gave us anything. Once we got out of slavery, we still had shit. Now you got these people coming to this country. They get shit. They get resources. And they talking about, oh yeah, y'all should have something. Y'all should have this. That's like me saying, like, why don't you have it in your own country? Why did you have to flee from your country and come to America? Oh, that's different, and my country is corrupted. Nigga, you don't think America is corrupted? You don't hear about all the white collar crimes, the blue collar crimes, niggas getting kidnapped, the whole 9 yards. It's like, nigga, what is you saying? Oh yeah, it's different. They be extorting. Nigga, you didn't think the fucking mob used to extort people? Like, let's be honest. What are you saying that we don't know? Or that we never been through? We've been through the same oppressors that you have. The only thing that's different is you ran from one oppressor to another oppressor. Oppressor. I said impressor. Oppressor. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. So now the question I'm asking now is, how are you trying to kick in the backs of black Americans and they help you get to the country? That's like a person helping you from not getting robbed, and after that turn around punching a nigga in the face and saying, fuck you, that's my peoples who's about to rob you. My nigga, you silly willy, nigga. You are silly willy. That's what I'm gonna say. You silly willy, man. Y'all don't see y'all know all this bullshit that goes on in America, and you blame the victims. You blame the victims of the oppression. But when you come over here, oh yeah, I can work 3 or 4 jobs. And then the thing about it, I already told like 2 episodes ago about your scams. Your scams is you have the women work 20 hours, then you work 80 hours. The men work 80 hours. The women will collect all the resources and the benefits. You don't get married. Nigga, we know. We know what's going on. We know how this shit works. This is why they're trying to stop the immigrants from coming into America now. Cause you're abusing the resources. That's all it is abuse. Hold on. So, yeah. Like, let's be honest. This will always be a problem. Hold on a second. This will always be a problem with black America and the black immigrants. Even the brown immigrants. Any type of immigrants. Any type of immigrants that come in this country, there will always be a problem, because at the end of the day, we never got resources. Y'all getting resources, and after that, once y'all get the resources, y'all think y'all big shit because y'all got the resources. You starting off with the resources that my ancestors should have got, that my ancestors didn't have. So when we don't have it, you trying to flex with it. It's like a highway robbery right there. You know?
Other views behind it, and you hear low IQ, keys, all this other stuff. Like they really see them as inferior, and it's so funny because you see cats like Myron constantly cape for white people. He'll talk badly about black women. Black men are undateable, not worth dating. Black women are the lowest on the totem pole. You see most of his childhood friends, everyone he's ever grown up with, is just white. He loves cape for white folks, but you recognize that the very power structure he's.
And this is why I say I was like, yo. Was this nigga getting his cheeks bust by his teammates? This is the reason why. Look at.
He's ever grown up with is just white. He loves cape for white folks.
Laying in bed with niggas, jumping on niggas, kissing them, and I know Mike Tyson kissed his trainer, but he looked at his trainer as his father because at the end of the day, Mike Tyson didn't have the father, and this is the closest father figure he had. You know, and I guess that's the most emotion that he had from somebody that actually really did love him, you know? And shout out to Customato and stuff like that because Customato, he didn't have to do that. Mike Tyson was going to rob him. But Mike Tyson, and the thing about it, I'm going to say this. I'm not even gonna say all due respect, but just the defense out of defense of Mike Tyson, he came from, was it Brooklyn or Catskill? He came from one of those places, Brooklyn or Catskill. Those places, that's a fatherless community damn near over there. You know? And like people make fun, oh yeah, niggas don't got no fathers, they're single parents and shit like that. That's nothing to laugh about. That shit's fucked up. You know? Like how you... I know these bitches is fucked up. I know these bitches are out of pocket. And I know why some of these niggas is like, yo, I just rather pay child support than to deal with this crazy lunatic bitch. But the kid suffers. The kid suffers, and you gotta look at it. A lot of black Americans, they stay in these relationships for the kids. Or at least they try. It's not like, okay, yo, you know, I'm just leaving because I found something better. Nah, nigga. He's holding it out there because he loved his kids. But sometimes you can't do anything. It's not worth it. You're going to die. You know? And I know I'm going to say this. And it might be a little crazy. But a lot of people always say, oh yeah, black men don't take care of their kids. Black men don't want to be there. Let me tell you something. My father wasn't with my father wasn't with my mother, but my father always tried to be there for me. My father always tried to be there as much as he can with all 4 or 5 jobs that this nigga had for the last 15, 20 years. This nigga like 5 or 8 years ago stopped working 4 or 5 jobs. He only has 1 or 2 jobs. Actually, he don't have a job right now. He's taking care of my grandparents. He has his own he got his little business. That's what my father does. You know, my father always been there. And I told you about my grandfather. My grandfather has did some foul shit to people. But at the end of the day, that's my grandfather. And you got to look at it, how my grandfather was raised. I don't think, and this is my prediction, I don't think all that shit that my grandfather has been through is his fault. My grandfather had to learn that shit from somewhere. That shit is too calculated. You know? At 85, 86 years old, he's still doing calculation shit like that? Yes. I love my grandfather, but my grandfather does foul shit, my nigga. You know? He does foul shit. And he's good at it. He's super good at it. You know? But I always love my grandfather. I don't say nothing fucked up about my grandfather. I always say the truth because even though my grandfather did foul shit, he did a few foul shits to me. But at the end of the day, he has taught me something. You know, he has taught me a lesson. His life taught me a lesson. My grandfather was a hard worker. My grandfather does some historical things in Massachusetts, if you don't know. You know, I'm not going to tell you his name, but my grandfather has done historical things in Massachusetts. But other than that, he did some ain't shit nigga shit. You know, so I do gotta say that I had did some ain't nigga shit. You know, I had did some shit like that, and at the end of the day, I have to own it. I did that years ago. You know, I'm still trying to learn and change from it. You know, and I'm just being honest. But Myron, on the other hand, he's an ain't nigga. He an ain't shit nigga. You know, he's doing all this shit, laying in bed with guys and stuff like that. And this is why I say, yo, when I said in the beginning, I was like, yo, he probably does it because it's Massachusetts. Massachusetts is okay with stuff like that. New England is okay with shit like that. Maybe not New Hampshire, but most of New England is cool with that. You know, transgenders, non-binary, transfluent. I forgot. All of that stuff. Gay, straight, bi. New England's cool with it. And this is why I said, like, okay, you know what? And plus, he's looking too comfortable in that picture, my nigga. You look too comfortable. You know?
But you recognize that the very power structure he's trying to appeal to, them motherfuckers hate him.
Yeah.
They look at him like, yo, bro, no matter how much of an Uncle Ruckus you are, you still dirt beneath my feet. And look, you'll hear Myron. He'll get online. He'll talk about rappers. I know I hate them. Entertainers, stupid. Black women, doesn't matter what they're doing.
And I'm going to say this, man. I'm an advocate for black women. Get up! You know? I'm an advocate for black women.
But will he speak out against these people?
No, he's not.
He'll keep quiet for his white daddies.
I'm an advocate for black women and stuff like that. And yeah, there's some shit that they should fix. But at the end of the day, I don't think they could do it by themselves. All jokes aside, I think it takes a man and a woman to fix it. It doesn't just take a woman or a whole bunch of women to fix their problems. Even with men, it doesn't just take a whole bunch of men to fix their problems. And I'm not talking about... I'm just talking about as a person. With men, it takes more than just men to fix the problems. Because look at this now. Look at all this blue pill, red pill shit. It's the blind leading the fucking blind. Who would listen to the fucking red pill and they're out here fucking tricking? Who would listen to the blue pill, they're out here simping, getting their money taken? One nigga is paying bitches and disrespecting them. The other nigga is paying bitches, but still getting disrespected, not, you know, getting played as a sucker. I played both of those fields, red pill and blue pill. I've been on both sides where dealing with somebody, they wasn't really even fucking with me, but you spending your money because you think they'll change. Women do it all the time. I did that shit before, and I was on a part where, you know, I was just disrespecting everybody. I was disrespecting every fucking girl and spending their money and wilding out. And I was doing that shit for 20 years, just about 20 years. But I was on both sides. Pause. Woo, that shit sounds crazy, my nigga. Pause, nigga. I mean, like, I understand both sides, but that Andrew Tate shit don't work. The Myron and Walter shit don't work. The Destiny shit doesn't work. Look how Destiny looking crazy now. He's about to lose all his money. That bitch is about to take him for everything he has. Then about to give it to the little femboy. You know, so I just feel like, yo, relationships isn't normal anymore. It's always a fucking game. Niggas is, and this is the whole bad thing about women now. Now men don't want to date them. The feminists fucked it up where you try to talk to a girl, you can't talk to a girl because it's called sexual harassment. The other is when you do want to talk to the girl and she does say yes, or oh, you want to go outside, you got to spend all your money. Then she can't do anything simple. Nothing ain't simple anymore. Now the question is like, damn, how am I supposed to feel where a nigga can't have a simple relationship or a simple situation? Because you got to look at it. What happens if you go broke? What happens if you lose your job? What happens if money gets low? Them girls ain't gonna stay. Them girls like, yo, I got a roster, nigga. You was just one of my all-stars. You was my big three. And that's how she was looking at you. Now let's go over to, you know, the alpha males. It's all money. Yeah, you telling this bitch what to do. You doing what you're doing. But at the end of the day, she has no loyalty to you. There's no loyalty to you. This is the blue pill. These females got no loyalty to you. The male don't got no loyalty with you. And 7 out of 10, the man is showing you who he is. He's just filling your pockets with cookies and, you know, with the chili, as they call it in the West Coast. They fill in your pockets with chili. The chinchillas. But now, what happens if that money gets low? She ain't loyal. She's like, yo, this nigga's broke. I'm better off by myself. That's what they say. All that alpha male shit, you can't tell that bitch nothing no more. Or you can't tell that nigga nothing no more. I remember I dated this girl. She was 21 years older than me. She made me lose my job. She was taking care of me for 4 or 5 years. Let her say she didn't have it. Hey, baby, you paid the cost to be the boss. You the one that didn't want me to have a job. You better go get a second job. And the thing about it, I lucked up. That's like finding a pin in a haystack, my nigga. Needle in a haystack. I'm sorry, a needle in a haystack, my nigga. You ain't gonna find it. You ain't gonna find it. You know, so let's keep on going.
Put on the hood like he's told to.
For his white daddies.
Bro, keep it a stick. Myron wishes he was white.
Real flow. I'm still that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
I don't want
guys,
to, man. I don't want
to. Some guys are different about it. Like, some dudes are like, yeah, it's gonna be funny. Eskimo Brothers is for a funny story and shit. But then some guys are like, hell fucking no. I've noticed with black dudes, they don't like doing that shit. White guys, we're all like, yeah, well, I said we. Yeah, but
He's white. He's white. He's white.
This is the shit I was telling you about. He want to be white. We. That's why, what's his name? King Flex had to get on you, man, about that shit. King Flex had to tell you, like, yo, what's this we shit? What's this we that you talk about? What's this French that you're talking? We. White people don't even claim you. And black Americans just trying to delineate from all that black immigrants now. Nigga, y'all embarrassing us. Y'all committing all these fucking crimes and they saying it's black Americans. Look at when fucking, what's his name? Tekashi 6ix9ine told on all his friends. They thought they were all black people. Most of them niggas was immigrants. And shout out to Shotty, but I think Shotty's from St. Lucia. Is it St. Lucia or Antigua or some shit? I think he's from Antigua. You know? And like I told y'all last show, black people are delineating to get our shit together. Once we get our shit together, we can help people. We don't mind helping everybody. Because don't forget, black people are the most forgiving people ever. I don't know why. I'm not forgiving. I'm going to be honest. I'm not forgiving. You know, I might act like I'm a forgiving person, but I don't think I forgive like that. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You know what they call that? A Freudian slip. So when you make what appears to be a mistake on the outside, it's actually just a reflection of what you really think.
God damn.
He said we. That's crazy. I have never spoken about another race of people and said we.
That's wild.
Like, man, the way Asians move, like, yo, we move different. That's a weird thing to say. Have you ever done that? When have you ever spoken about women and said we? Like, that's crazy.
Hey, bro.
Hey, man.
Natural.
I officially just stamped Myron as white. What I meant to say was, when I was in college, I knew that was coming.
And if you're wondering why he's talking about his college days and all that whiteness stuff,
That's what was hugging him.
that's him in college. Read the caption out loud.
The boys plus talking. Golly. Oh my.
Like, bro, I'm ready to end them. Like, they want to go here and say, yo, Myron, cool. An Arab guy that literally, like,
cool,
I
man.
hit so many different check marks with the fucking Arab guy.
Did this man just call himself Arab? And I also think,
And this is why I always say, like, yo, the niggas not black. Arabs are not black. Latinos, I don't really think is black like that. They're black to a certain extent. Put it this way. And I'm just going to give you my theory. With Latinos, it's two. You can be a white Latino, you can be a Hispanic Latino, or you can be a Latino. You know, I think there's two types. Like, I think Fat Joe, I think he's a white Latino. I think Jennifer Lopez is a white Latino. I think Daddy Yankee, is it Daddy Yankee? Nah, Diego, the Diego nigga with the afro. Spanish Puerto Rican dude. I think he's an Afro-Latina. I think he's a black Latinos. He's an African descent. What's the nigga with the slick? The nigga's hair flew off. That nigga, Alano or some shit like that? Niggas going out, was it Tekashi's messing around with his baby mother? That nigga, I think he's in between, or he's a Taino or even black. And the reason why I say, even when you say black, don't forget, black Americans, some of them didn't come from the slave ship. Some niggas was already here. Yes. Foundational black Americans, some of them niggas was already here in America. Some of these niggas was already here in South America, Puerto Rico, Mexico. Yes. Let me tell y'all something. There's a dark community of Mexicans in Mexico. There's a black community of Mexicans in Mexico. But they're Mexican. And I think they got one in Puerto Rico. I think they got one in Dominican Republic. I know they got one in Cuba. Yeah. They got one in Brazil. Definitely in Brazil, because Brazil got more blacks and Africans. They got more Africans than Americans in Brazil. If you think I'm lying, there's more niggas that came from Africa that went to Brazil than in America. America is second. Like, I'm just being honest, and this is why there was so many black Americans in America, because there was some already here. We were, like I always tell people all the time, and I tell people my theory. I think Africans were doing import and export with the native people. That's why you found our tools. You find black statues and stuff like that. You know, because we all worked as a team. We didn't really turn on each other until the European came here. And they separated us. They turned us against each other. And the way they did that, they gave black people Indian slaves. They gave Indian people black slaves. That's what happened. That's why Myron's so fucked up, man. And, like, I would tell you my theory, but I think his father had a hard time. This is what I'm going to say. I think his father had a hard time in America. And he was like, yo, I do not want to be like my father. I want to be just like these white people. I want to be respected. But the thing about it, the only people that respect him are the niggas who are scared of white people. You know? It's just the truth. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. All this and that, pandering and shit like that. He's scared of those white people. He's seen how the motherfuckers treated his father. Then he see one black, and there probably was a black person that beat his fucking father up. And he's like, you know, I hate these niggas. This is why these white people don't like me. But white people were probably beating his father up too, and his father wasn't saying anything. His father was just was happy that he wasn't in fucking Sudan. Personally, I think his father got ran out of Sudan. I think his family got ran out of Sudan. Why the fuck would you want to leave your country? What, better opportunity, nigga? Why? All that hard work you're doing in America, why won't you do that in your country? The 100% that you put in America, you could have did that shit for your own country and would have got 3 times more. You say you're smart. You say you're intelligent. Why couldn't you do this shit in your country? Why is your country a fucking wasteland? Like, nigga, I would never want to live in Sudan. They're going through a fucking war right now, civil war with each other. I'm glad I'm not fucking Sudanese. And y'all talking about black people, how black people treat each other? These niggas is borderline cutting off each other's head. Violating their women, tribal women. Killing the women, killing the babies. But out of all fairness, we cannot tell people how to war. Because let me tell you why. When America did that to foundational black Americans, everybody said forget about it. Just forget about it. That was 100 years ago. But my grandmother's in her 80s. I'm telling you.
do a lengthier project on this, but the red pill in general is very, very keen on constantly catering to whiteness in general and degrading blackness. And you notice it's a trend that goes through all the red pill. Most of the creators I've seen spend a tremendous amount of time speaking poorly about black people and raising white people. What's crazy is that they'll bring people like Nick Fuentes. They don't care if it's Richard Spencer. Dudes who...
And I'm going to say this about Nick Fuentes. Nigga, you're Mexican. You're not even white. You're a Mexican. You want to be Hispanic. You want to be a conquistadors. You want to be an oppressor, but you'll never be an oppressor. All your fucking... Only thing that your mother is a fucking maid that your father slept with. Your father did the Arnold Schwarzenegger shit and slept with the maid. And you came out as a bastard child. I'm just being honest. You are a Mexican Arnold Schwarzenegger, or if you really want to be technical, you're a Mexican Danny DeVito. You just want to be white, and this is what I'm talking about. Nick LaFlanta is not even white. The nigga is a Mexican.
literally proclaim.
And we need to have a majority of white people, and white people need to be running America.
Look how this nigga have his hair. He want to be a Hispanic so bad. You're not even a Hispanic, my nigga. You're a Mexican. Like what? Let me ask y'all a question. Why are these white Mexicans are scared to be Mexican? I know, what's his name? The Golden Boy had a little problem with that and shit like that. He didn't start really showing his Mexican culture until niggas, you know, was on his back and pressing him about it. His own people was. Alvarez too. Alvarez is fucking overcharging his own people. This nigga is fucking conning his own people. You know? If you don't know who I'm talking about Canelo. Canelo loves his people, but he overcharges them. He's like a preacher. And I like Canelo, even though he's a juicer. He overcharges his people. Myron, he don't even fuck with his people. Myron, nigga. If Myron didn't tell everybody he was sending, these niggas would have never know what he was. Niggas would have thought he was Indian. I'm just being honest. He acts like an Indian. Like he's from India. Because them niggas don't... As I've been telling people all the time. And yo, one thing I must say. Because I just found out. Not all Chinese people are racist. Because let me tell you something. Low key, I just found out Chinese women low key like black men. Black American men. Not the Nigerians and the Africans. They low key like black men. So correction. Chinese women like brown sugar. Oh shit. I'm sorry everybody. I'm sorry, but they low key like brown sugar. They ain't gonna tell their Chinaman, but they like brown sugar instead of white sugar. So don't ask me how I found out. I always ask people crazy questions.
Only white people should be running the country. On average, blacks have the lowest IQ.
Yo, and the crazy thing about this nigga dressing like he... Why are you dressing like a black man and you don't even like black people? This nigga... You know he low-key like black women. He's a fucking liar. Nick LaFlanta, you's a liar, man. Yeah, you's a liar. I think you like black women. Don't listen to this nigga. He's a low-key fucking Thomas Jefferson. He's a Thomas Jefferson type of nigga. He'll talk about black people all day and want some brown sugar. Your so-called people would have called you a nigger lover. They would have called you a nigger lover. You was a Thomas Jefferson. You talk crazy about black. The other one, the other girl with the pink. You look like your name used to be Jeffrey. I'm sorry. That was wrong. I'm sorry. Pink lady with the. Let's just go.
I feel like I remember there being a leaked phone call and some other stuff that came out too that got you kicked out of school too. No, was that?
Yeah, that is something.
Something about like if a white girl dates a black person, it's the same as like being a dog, something like that, maybe.
You know, enough with the Jim Crow stuff. Who cares? Oh, to drink out of a different water fountain, big fucking deal. Oh no, they had to go to a different school. You know, even if it was bad, who cares?
That they don't want minorities or black folks in their country. They don't want interracial. They don't want you to hold office or power. They bring these people on and then they suck them off. They suck out that white cement like it might bleach their skin. It's crazy. That to me is the part that I'm like, I can't rock with you. You are so brainwashed and so fucking stupid that you're literally going to come here and champion a man who wants you. You're going to look him in the eyes and smile while the dude is literally holding the blade he wants to press to your neck. And then you want to tell me you're not mentally ill.
This is your life. You want to get it right.
So what I'm going to say is like, yo, it's crazy, man. We have these type of people like that. And also, you know what? I'm going to say this. Shout out to Colin Kaepernick. He's a waffle color nigga, but at the end of the day, he stays with black people, and at the end of the day, he's 10 toes down. And he's half black and white. And he was raised by 2 white people. He knew right from wrong. He knew in his mind that something was right. And you know what? They try to crucify this motherfucker for that, for telling the truth, saying that, yo, well, you know what? These motherfuckers told me to stay away from black people. These people was trying to tell me don't have braids in my hair. What's wrong with this man trying to wear his cultural hairstyle? Like, why is that so bad? If things are supposed to be cultural appropriated, why is it so bad this man having braids in his hair? It's not crazy like my hair used to be. I used to have like a half a hair braids, then a ponytail. Nigga, my shit used to look nuts. But knowing how this culture is, the America hasn't changed. That's all I'm gonna say. America never really changed. It stayed the same. It learned how to hide his hatred. That's why politics is so bad, man. And I tell people that all the time. Like, don't think politics is good. I always had a problem with politics.
And he's not like it's sheep. He's not hiding it. He's letting you know what he wants to do. He's telling you you don't belong. I had to watch Sneeko over here defend Nick Fuentes when he said he's against interracial marriage, which is the very thing that birthed Sneeko in the first place. Sneeko wouldn't even exist if Nick Fuentes was in power.
Let's be honest, Mr. Fuentes. You came on here and you said yourself that you are not for interracial marriage and that prescriptively you feel like it shouldn't be a thing within this society because you think it's bad for it.
Like, Nick really, if I listened to this whole call, I don't think he said anything that makes you want to cancel him. I think he's a good guy. He's saying, hey, I love everybody.
We all know Sneeko's a coon. He wanna use fucking Allah for all this crazy shit that he says. No, nigga, you can't use Allah for the dumb shit that you say, my nigga. I'm gonna say this. I practiced Islamic belief for over 20 years. Out of those 20 years, I just found that shit is not for black people. And the reason why I'm saying that, and I'm gonna be personally honest, the reason why I'm saying it is because them niggas still got black African slaves. Them niggas still have black slaves in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai. The Moroccans are still kidnapping Africans, or was it one of those African Muslim countries is kidnapping Africans and sending them over to Arab countries for slaves and ass fucking them and just violating them, raping them and everything. Yes, I'm gonna be honest. I'm telling the truth. Y'all ain't gonna like what I say, but it's the truth. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate them niggas because I don't know them niggas. But at the end of the day, I did practice the belief for 20 years. I did do Ramadan. I did do all that shit. But I know I know black people, black Americans shouldn't be doing the Islamic belief. Yes, you got the Nation of Islam. Yeah, that's cool and everything. Black empowerment. But at the end of the day, if you really read that Quran, I don't think a lot of black people would like that shit. Honestly, and I'm being honest, and the reason why is the same reason why a lot of white people don't like the Bible, the Holy Bible. And the reason why I say that is because when they describe how does Jesus Christ look, Yahweh looks, the nigga ain't Middle Eastern. The nigga ain't white. The nigga don't have blonde hair with blue eyes either. So some motherfucker was lying to us. Why do we got a meth addict hanging in the fucking church? Cause that picture looked like a nigga on meth. And a nigga could get mad at me and say, oh, yo, you can't be saying that about Christianity. I'm not a Christian. I say whatever the fuck I want about a Christian church. Because the Christians don't go by the whole Bible. Most of them don't. Probably Gino does. I don't even think Gino think himself is a fucking Christian. I think Gino think he's a fucking Hebrew Israelite. If you ask me. Personally, I think he should talk to a Hebrew Israelite. Because at the end of the day, the knowledge that nigga's speaking, the way how he's talking like he's like Yahweh Shai, my nigga. Disrespecting niggas. Fucking 10 toes down on what he said. Nigga, when that shit happened to TD Jakes, that nigga didn't hold his tongue. Yeah, he did some nigga shit. Beat the nigga while he was down. But that's his people. He had to tell his people the truth. Like, nigga, you out here being on the bottom, getting your cheeks bust, nigga. You committing a sin. In the Bible, you get committing a sin. And I'm saying that because if you believe in the Holy Bible and you go where everything in the Bible is saying, Gino's not wrong for what he said, man. And he didn't say it like I have said it, but that's how I took what he said. Gino's not. I'm just being honest.
Is he really being that? Yo, that's crazy.
Bro,
Sneeko, I'm not even gonna lie. If he had his way and he had, first off, you wouldn't even exist because you're the basis of an interracial marriage. So, but you don't find it kind of crazy that the ideal world that he envisions is one in which you wouldn't exist in?
These people are lost.
Sneako's an idiot, man. Sneeko will probably be a Filipino. Hey, yo, I'm gonna say this too. Sneeko will probably be full Filipino, probably be sold, getting his cheeks bust by one of those Filipino men. Yeah, they're wilding out in the Philippines right now. But yo, shout out to the Philippines, my nigga, cause yo, there's some Muslims out there too, man. They follow the Islamic belief out there. They hard body out there. Them and the Indonesians. You know, shout out to both of y'all niggas. You know, I gotta give y'all credits, but yeah, Sneeko, you'll be getting your cheeks busted fucking in the Philippines. You might even be a lady boy, man, in the Philippines. I don't know, I think if you was full Filipino, man. I'm just saying, man. And And don't forget, in the Philippines, they don't believe in transgender. They believe in lady boys. You probably would be a lady boy, my nigga. Your mama probably would have sold you. Nigga, you would have been a lady boy, just chilling. If you didn't believe, if you wasn't like full Philippine, my nigga. I mean, if you didn't want to be like Haitian either, you would just be full Philippine, my nigga. Or you be in Haiti, running on some dirt with no sneakers on, with no t-shirt and some shorts, nigga, with ashy ankles, nigga.
They are not mentally well. While they're speaking on transgenderism and people changing, they literally want to champion people that would erase them. Forget erasing your gender. These people champion people that would erase their whole existence. Think about that. Think about this.
Coconut to Barbados.
That being said, what did I say that's a lie?
Like, yo, I'm ready to end them. Like, they want to go here and say, yo, Myron, cool. The fucking Arab guy that literally, like, I hit so many different check marks.
No, so we take turns. No.
What the fuck?
I heard that some of y'all were raising the salute, so I decided to come back.
Let's go. Poor Steve, go. Pearl rolls out. Oh, come on.
No!
We're down.
No.
Let's go.
No.
Let's go. We're down for whatever.
Let's do it.
Do you realize how dumb everyone has to be? That when you're in a room full of people, that somehow just Pearly Thing seems to be the smartest person. You see her sliding off screen like, what the fuck am I associating myself with?
Yo, Pearly, you did the right thing. I'm gonna say that. Shout out to Pearly Things too, because you know, niggas been kicking her back in and stuff like that. And like, I'm gonna say this about Pearly Things. I don't think she's racist. I think, you know, she just don't like black women, but she like the BBCs. She had some ugly niggas that she was messing with, like some niggas that looked like they was off a Planet of the Apes or a fucking, was it Aliens vs Predator type of niggas, you know. She had one nigga that looked like Jabba the Hutt. He would say, yo, the nigga was spilling all the beans off of No Jumper too. That nigga, he got up there and couldn't wait to spill all the beans off that. That nigga was broke. He was like, yo, man, Pearly, stop giving me checks. Yeah, I need to get a check. Let me just say all the business. He did her dirty, bro. You know, Pearly, I'm on your side with that, with the predator looking nigga. You know, the overweight predator looking nigga that you was fucking with. Damn, you was giving him all that money? Bitch, you crazy. Out of all the niggas you could have been fucking with, and yo, there's some black niggas that would have fucked with you, like some hood niggas or some broke niggas. Nigga, you could have fucked with a nigga who looked like Bobby Brown or something. Bobby Brown's a half decent type of nigga, you know, that did a lot of booger sugar, you know, but yo, Bobby Brown got it in. He's a bad boy of R&B, you know. But you fuck with that greasy looking dusty nigga. And I know he couldn't be all black, my nigga. He look African. That nigga look African. You need one of those roughneck type of niggas and stuff. Nigga that will spend your credit, you know, use your credit card all the time.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a black person saying they're conservative. I think there's plenty of people who do it ethically while still denouncing race. These people are not it. Something's wrong. And I'll get to like I said, I'll do a lengthy project on the whole race portion of the red pill that I think is insane. But maybe you guys disagree. Maybe you guys feel differently. I would love to hear from you guys. But I think it's very hard for you to sit here and try to tell me that the red pill is not intertwined with worshiping whiteness, when almost every creator that you can imagine from the red pill community, I can point to videos of them worshiping whiteness endlessly. Now that I've brought it all together, I thought this would be a good opportunity to bridge this from this conversation to a topic of self-loathing and how I feel like Myron, whatever he is, I think he's just an archetype, representative of one. A lot of people have a lot of internalized hatred towards their own group and don't recognize that the reason why they constantly speak ill of their own group and then appeal to whiteness or to like you might even hear white folks who do this cringe shit. And like you watch it right now who don't see anything wrong with this, you would 1000% think it's cringe if a white person came out and constantly was whining like, oh my god, white people are so evil, white people are just the worst. Like we've laughed at people.
My nigga, that's liberals. My nigga, those are liberals. Liberals is like that. They hate white people. I know this white guy that hates white people. Yeah. Yo, real talk. I know white people that hate white people. Most white people hate white people. They don't even get along with white people. They always turning on each other. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all think white people are always on code? I'm gonna tell you the truth. White people hates white people. That's why white people always do crazy shit to white people. Y'all think black people do crazy shit? Nah, nigga. You haven't seen a white boy do a dumb motherfucking shit yet. White people, yo, nigga. I'm glad I'm not white because you know what? If a white person ever got mad at me, they'll do some shit like hit you with a car or bust you in the head with a bat. They wouldn't do that to a black person, but they'll definitely do that to a white person, or they'll swing on them. Woo, 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 woo. Nigga, I just seen a video where a whole bunch of bitches was fighting at a Taylor Swift concert. All white bitches. Real talk. White people don't like white people. And I'm just being personally honest. White people don't get along with white people. White people have issues with white people. Yeah. It's always been like that. Why you think certain white people, they clinch on to black people? Because they fit in. They know white people are not going to connect with them. Niggas don't get... Like, yo, let me tell you how cool black people are. Black people don't give a fuck what your preferences, what your identity is. If you identify as a fucking... a bush... You know, a bush monkey, a bush baby, my nigga. Yo, niggas don't give a fuck if you a bush baby, my nigga. Niggas will still be like, yo, you still my dude. Boom. What you want to do, my G? Let's get busy. Real talk. That's just how black people are. We are friendly type of people. Why you think black people are the most spiritual people in the world? You get these white hippies that try to be spiritual. Yeah, and it's cool and shit like that. But where you think they get that shit from? Where you think they get the shit from? Black people are so spiritual. That's why, man. Why you think we could be like, yo, we forgive you? We could forgive people. We might be mad at you, but we'll forgive you. They're so spiritual. Nobody has that type of spirit, man. Black people have not Africans, black Americans have this type of spirit where we're forgiven. We'll forgive you. We won't forget. We won't do anything to you, but we'll forgive you for this time.
People like that. Because it's just like, bro, you're trying too hard. When they just suck off minorities and constantly talk shit about whiteness, this is the exact same thing, but from the other end of the spectrum. Exact same thing. Maybe the roots of it are a little bit different, but it's the same kind of behavior. You know what I'm trying
Facts,
to say?
he's right.
We need a small business loan.
Yo,
Fast.
it's crazy.
I got this.
Yo, it's crazy too, because he's right. He's right about the whole situation and stuff. You get these type of people that kiss ass like the Jesse Lee Petersons and the fucking Myrons and the Walters. Not really Walter, but Walter does it at sometimes. The fucking, what's his name? What's the crazy one-eyed nigga? Charleston White sometimes does this shit. But at the end of the time, he bugs out on white people. You know? He does that shit. He wilds out on white people. But at the end of the day, he still do caters to white people. But I think per se, Charleston White is a persona.
Enough people like this, where no matter how the conversations progress, eventually comments will come out that are just negative about their own culture, negative about their own people. And it's never balanced out with very positive reinforcements, never balanced out with, oh, these people. No, it's always negative, and then it's always praising another group. Why can't you be like them? Why can't you be like them? So, I don't know, whenever I've grown up with these types, they've always made me uncomfortable. Mainly because it's just like, if you don't like yourself and what you're about, that's going to show up in other areas of your life. I think it's very difficult to be a happy person and hate your race, to hate your own skin color. Whether it's internalized, you don't realize it, or it's external. How? So just being around people like that has always made me uneasy. But that's super weird. Yeah.
Yo, and let me tell you something. There's certain podcasters that make me feel weird. Vlad TV makes me feel weird watching it sometimes. Just the shit that he does and the question that he asks. He makes me feel weird and uncomfortable. Adam 22 makes me feel weird and uncomfortable. You see a few niggas that just walk off and be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? And like, I know he's from New Hampshire, but them niggas is from New Hampshire is weird too, just like him. There's mad weird niggas like Adam 22. They try to exploit people. A lot of people from New Hampshire do that shit, you know. So I know where I know where Adam gets it from, and I'm not trying to say it's not his fault, but he does do it. Adam does do it. He does it a lot, you know. He does it a lot where this is why people call him a culture vulture. And then let me tell you something. I'm going to defend Wack to a certain extent. Wack defends him because he's the money cow. He's the cash cow. Wack already has money. Wack don't got fuck you money. He has millions of dollars, but Wack don't have fuck you money. Where money doesn't run out, you know? Kanye has fuck you money, and the reason why he has fuck you money... Hold on one second. And the reason why he was talking the way he was talking, because he knew he was going to get it back. He knew he was going to get it back. And what did he do? He went right back to talking fucking crazy. You know who... Ye reminds me of Rick James. Because Rick James will say some crazy shit to white people, lick white bitches in the face, tell white bitches to show me your titties. This is what Rick James does. And the bitches will do it. He lick the bitches, disrespect the bitches, tell them the titties is one titty's bigger than the other. This is the shit that Rick James does. And the reason why them niggas... And this is the 80s and the 90s. The reason why them niggas didn't give them the Ye treatment is because they already knew the nigga was crazy. They already knew Rick James was crazy, but Rick James was a genius. Ye's is a genius, but Ye is doing too much. This nigga went to jail. I don't think Ye's trying to go to jail for no kidnapping a bitch, a 17-year-old girl, and having a three-way with him and his wife, and having a crack party. Then make a song called 17. That's how crazy that nigga is.
That's super weird, but yeah, it happens. There's a lot of people that it happens like that. People are willing to date. They date people that they hate. I've seen that a lot. Mm-hmm. They date people that they hate, or they hate themselves.
Thomas Jefferson.
I knew there was something off.
What gave it away? Was it the wearing the Klan hat?
Yeah, that.
I mean, that was crazy. You know the one that made me think this dude was definitely not black?
Monkey noises is crazy.
No, the one that killed me was watching him dance. My man was doing the hokey pokey to a hip hop track.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Booty queen, booty queen, booty queen. Just boys being boys. Booty queen, boys, booty queen. Just boys being boys. But clowns you for dancing cool.
Hey, listen, you can clown me for dancing for as many. Listen, if Myron says you gay, that's how you know you straight. Whatever Myron says, the opposite is probably true.
That's why I say I think he was getting his cheeks busted in Northeastern University, man. He went to Northeastern. And Northeastern, they get busy down there, man. I'm surprised a lot of people don't get pregnant down there. You know? As much as I was down there at Northeastern, busting females' cheeks, man. Yeah, some of them bitches could have been pregnant. Well, from Wellesley to Harvard to MIT to Regis. Yeah. Real talk.
That's why it never bothered me when these niggas said I was gay, because I'm like, I know what y'all be doing behind closed doors. I know who you be laying up in bed with, and I know what color you like to suck on.
And it's okay. It's okay.
What did I say?
It's okay. Okay. It's okay that they like that.
I agree. My whole thing is, I don't like it when I go into a home and all the doors are closed. Open the closet. Come on out. That's all I'm saying.
There ain't no problem with that. It's fine. It's cool that you like what you like. It's totally cool.
Yeah, what is it like? Describe it to me.
No.
Come on, tell me what it is.
No.
What
Niggas getting this cheeks,
Where'd it go?
bro. Yo, I'm telling you, the niggas getting
What that mouth
this
do?
cheeks,
Fire on this. But if that's what you like though, it's fine. But it's a bit wild when
And
we
these
point out the
niggas,
fingers.
yo, I'm gonna say this.
If that
For the defense of Albert preach, them niggas ain't gay. Them niggas is Canadian. Them niggas is Canadian. Them niggas can't be gay. That's how Canadian niggas act. So, shout out to Albert preach. Y'all niggas ain't gay. Y'all niggas just Canadian, my nigga.
that's what you like, it's cool. Then it's cool.
I don't think these dudes are actually, closeted. I think it's a funny joke considering how sus they are all the time. But I 1,000%. That being said, I 1,000% think that Myron sometimes doesn't like black people. I can't. If I do that accent for too long, I literally start becoming slower. What do you think when you met people like this?
Met people like what?
That the self-hatred stuff.
I still with them.
Sure. But what have you observed about them? What would you tell them?
They're not happy.
Are they in denial?
Well, yes, they're not. Yeah, well, of course, because they don't want to look like. They know that the word self-hatred is not good, right? So they're not gonna admit that they are. Just like white people, when you tell them, that's this, they know it's bad to be. So they don't want us to be that. They don't want to admit that. Or even black people, they don't want to admit that it's no, we can't be. We can't. So they just deny it.
Yeah, like we should get rid of white people. That's not. I can't.
No, I can't be. It's not racist.
Okay,
like, yo, okay, cool. That's crazy. What you just said is just crazy. Getting rid of people is crazy. Saying that is crazy. Whatever. In a vacuum or not, it's just crazy. Anyways, yeah, there's denial. Definitely denial there. Everybody thinks what they're doing is righteous. Everybody's the hero in their story.
Sure.
So whenever they go back, they got reasons, and because they got reasons, they have the right to do that.
Yeah.
Emotions are valid. Yeah, sometimes your emotions is garbage.
That's pretty much it for today's video. I just wanted to kind of bring this up to you. What do you guys think about this archetype? Are you guys surprised to hear the stuff you heard? Do you guys agree or disagree with our assessment? I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm ever supporting the cause and the motherfuckers from that cause are talking about me that way,
I'm not supporting the cause.
So, let me just land here, all right? Myron, niggas self-hate. He might take it as a joke with the, the white humor jokes. And when I say white humor, like dark humor. That's more of a suburban thing. Just talking about shit like that. To a certain extent. Like shit that happens, like slavery, they think they could take that shit as a joke. But when we tell you what they didn't take it as a joke, when Demi Lovato had when she OD'd off some fentanyl, and I was like, yo, who am I? And I did the Harlem Shake. I say, I'm Demi Lovato. There was only one white guy that laughed about it, and it was my boy Paul. So, shout out to Paul. That nigga from South Boston, that's why he laughed. So, shout out to Paul. My buddy Paul. I be on Facebook trolling the shit out of the nigga, but, he makes me laugh. I'm going to say this. Myron has a lot of dark humor, and that's just a defense of his. But the dark humor, he should stay away from politics, my nigga. Just stay away from politics and just saying some stupid shit, my nigga. Because you always talk about niggas saying stupid shit, my nigga, And like you're like the biggest goofball of them all, my nigga. And I know it sounds like I'm kicking your back in, but it's just, nigga. You're wild, bro. The shit that you say is wild, bro. That shit is crazy. Like, why? How can you say black people are lazy? Black people are victim. Oh, they're always playing victim and shit. Like, yo. And this is why I always say, yo, you're not even black. You's a coon. Everybody says that. Nicola Flint is a coon. He want to be white so bad that he sells out his own Mexican heritage. You know? And he says he's Italian. Them niggas is probably black because at the end of the day, when Africans went to Italy, they were fucking all the Italian bitches. And they all... I'm just being honest. Why you think it took Italians so long to be accepted by white America? I'm just being honest. And I could, don't worry, Italians, I consider y'all niggas white. But America don't consider you white. I think they think you got nigga blood in y'all. Not black American blood, nigga blood. All jokes aside, they think y'all motherfuckers got nigga blood in y'all. That's something that you gotta talk to your peoples about. Don't worry, they don't separate Jewish people either. I think Jewish people are white, you know. Because they came out of another cave doesn't mean that they're not. I'm just fucking with y'all niggas. I'm fucking with y'all niggas. I'm fucking with y'all niggas. Dark humor. You know, if you come from another European country, y'all niggas are still white, my nigga. Y'all niggas are still European. A black person can't be European because you're not European, my nigga. You know? But, you know, it is what it is. That's just because I'm Hebrew. I always say Jewish people, I think they're white. You know? A black person can't be Jewish. You know? But they can be a Jew or Hebrew. And I take when you say, and if anybody says black Hebrew, I take that very disrespectfully, and I take it very offensive. So please don't call black people black Hebrews or black. But before we leave, like and subscribe and comment to my Kick, Rumble, Instagram, and Twitch. Also, my ex, formerly known as Twitter, Rosalind Perkin, with no S. And also sending a Cash App to # Rosalind. Thank you, and have another good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.